I took a few notes, Meritib, that kind of spoke to me about the class today. And you said about the psychopathic parts in our life, that we have those. And I was thinking about how that's our self-centered justification, where if you want to do
Yeah.
something and you start with your conscience, if you're arguing with your conscience and starting to justify why you should do something that's not good for you or sinful, and you start coming up with these reasons why it would be a good idea or okay for you to do it, even though typically it would be wrong. I think that that's what separates us, because when we start asking or saying why we should do it, that's probably why we shouldn't do it.
Yeah. So absolutely, it does refer us to. I mean, it's our inner voice within myself or with everyone, which gives us this is not right and this is right, this
Mhm.
is wrong. So that right and wrong, even you haven't learned from society, still that will be a conscious voice lies in every individual on this planet.
Mhm.
Whether so that even like you are referring the person with psychopath or psychotic type of nature, if somebody has, or the observer of that psychotic person, they will have definitely this spiritual intelligence. That depends whether you have realized it and name it as a spiritual person or spirituality, or whether you don't know. That will still lie in you. So the beauty behind this concept or this immense enlightenment or this idea or this truth, which I would say that this truth, that whether you believe it or not, it will still with you. So it will still lie in your sight and give you the freedom. If you want, if once you will realize it, once you will feel it and surrender your ego for it, then you will start to away on, and you before you will have a level 1, and then you will go to level 2 and level 3. And that was just a brief overview of levels. There are so many other levels as well. How you will go and go above, and will be on a very very higher level of being a human person. So there are levels of human persons, human beings as well. Like all human beings are not equal. They are equal on on a conscious level, yes. But once you start to realize your level to other human beings are going superior and superior, in the way that you are more realizing about truth, and the other person who does not know or who does not have this awareness as well, that will be remain in ego problem or egoistic issues. So that's a difference between two type of things. But you are quite right about uh, that inner voice or of right and wrong is naturally in everyone, whether they name it it's due to spiritual intelligence or they cannot name it. Just like mostly scientists, mostly philosophers, uh, f- um, and mostly rationalists and modern people, they don't name it because they because once they start to name it, then they have to believe on it. But their ego or their egoistic character does not allow them to go more inside. But this truth has to be open for everyone, and it is open for everyone. It's entirely up to you that how you are courageous to follow this truth and keep your life very smoother, very simple, and very happier.
Yeah, like too, that you
So
said the ego is what's between yourself and God.
yeah,
And that you can't feel God if your ego doesn't allow it. And that's
that's
true
correct.
because you don't want to feel God if your ego's there because you're trying to pick something more desirable to the worldly as opposed to the spiritually, which can supersede your
Yeah,
ability, with your right and wrong justification. So
absolutely. So
very interesting.
they are opposite of each other. So if you have an ego of any level inside you, then you will connect with your conscious on any level that depend of the level of ego you have. If you want to really follow what your conscious is guiding you or will control you, then you have to kick your ego away from your life, and you need to surrender to letting it go what to in front of your higher level, higher agenda which you have realized, higher consciousness which you have realized. So that's you will come out of all problems of your. So that is one of the great method how you can come out of your life fundamental problems through spiritual intelligence, and that is basically my overview of today's class, that we will discuss these things in detail in coming weeks um, of this. That was just an introduction. So obviously, if you have any question or thoughts or comments, I would say that you can write it down and you will be answered yourself in coming few weeks as well, and that will be a life changing series uh, for everyone who is watching. I believe so. I will try to make it more simple and more conclusive as well, not too subjective, but objectively we can learn the things and can lead our life uh, out of uh, the problems which we are facing at the moment. So that's my approach at the moment. But let's see how we will see the same thing in a different way in details in the next Sunday.